Welcome back to the Grand Slam channel. Today is Tuesday, April 15th. Taco Tuesday on Prize Picks. As you can see, first one, we got an NBA one, Trae Young's points. Obviously, playoffs start today, so I'm going to be taking this taco. I'm going to be taking every stud for the NBA today. It is the playoffs, playing with some urgency, playing like they mean it. We got a full slate of MLB as well, so I will have a couple props for that, or at least a couple slips for that on my cord. We swept Sleeper and Chalkboard yesterday. We pretty much broke even on Prize Picks, but overall, pretty decent day. Taco Tuesday, not my best days historically as far as the week goes, but we're going to be taking the first taco. I haven't found a pair yet, but I do want to share my top picks for NBA. And like I mentioned, I'm going to be taking all the studs. John Morant's going to be one of them. Everything's in play pretty much. Points and assists. I did take his points and assists on a slip already here on Prize Picks. I was able to get it last night at 33.5 points and assists. Not sure if it got bumped. It's still at 33.5. I still like it. So I will definitely be taking the over. On other platforms, he's at 34. I saw him on Chalkboard. He's at 35.5. So you are getting some value here on Prize Picks. Should get bumped. It's going to get bumped closer to game time. Given it's a playoff game, he could cash this on points alone. I do have him projected to get about 6 to 8 assists in this game against Golden State. Plays very well against Golden State. So Morant definitely taking him. Which brings me to his opponent, and that is Stephen Curry. You got to have Curry in there. It's the playoffs. Usually he drops 40. Everything's in play. PRA, points and rebounds, points. You can see his points is a popular play. If you want to play it safe today with the tacos, even though the tacos are not guaranteed, take the gobbies, take the higher paying gobby out. You got two of them here at 22, 24. But Curry's definitely in play. I do like his fantasy score, which you could get him at 44.5. Definitely into that. Also, if you notice, there's new props on Prize Picks, at least for the playoffs. So you can see PRA in the first 5 minutes, points in the first 5 minutes, 4 points. These are obviously extra props that Prize Picks tries to entice you with. But we got plenty of props. 2 points attempted. I've never seen this one before. 2 points, 2 pointers attempted. So beware of that. Don't make it too complicated. Just grab the studs today. Next one's going to be Paulo Banchero. And for him, everything's in play also. PRA, Gabi, points. Going against Atlanta, historically he averages about 26 every time he plays Atlanta. So definitely in play. You can see he's already popular at 20K. 52K people are on his points to go over. He does average close to 27 every time he plays Atlanta. Given its playoffs, obviously this has increased. Don't forget about Frank Wagner. He's also there. I think Frank Wagner and Paulo are gonna lead them to victory. I do have Orlando going over Atlanta in this one. As far as Golden State and Memphis, that's gonna be a good one. A very very close game. I believe I took Golden State Warriors just for the experience that they have. Plus, don't like to bet against Curry, but it's gonna be a tough game. That's probably the best game on the slate for today. Let's head on over to Jimmy Butler. Big reason why they got him. This is time for him to shine. I took his Gabi at 19.5. Definitely going over against Memphis. So I did have Jimmy Butler on one of my slips. Curry, Morant, Paulo. Forgot to pick him. Most likely I'm going to pivot to his fantasy score or one of his Gabis. PRA probably best. Actually, let me check his points and rebounds. Points and rebounds will probably be my favorite. As soon as Prize Picks loads up. Prize Picks is taking longer with all these extra props we have. Don't fall for it. Try to entice you. If you can find some value, go ahead. But you are taking time off the other props to research. Points and rebounds. Let's see where he's at. He is at 39. So it did get bumped. It was at 38.5. Got bumped to 39. So probably the Gabi will be best for that. 37. You got 34.5. Obviously, he can cash that on points alone if he has one of those nights, which I think he will. 34.5. Definitely taking the Gabi on this one. Still trying to find a Gabi or at least a pair. I am going to do a Gabi with the tacos. I'm not going to overdo it. Tacos are unpredictable. Historically, like I mentioned, I do not like Taco Tuesdays. One of my worst days in betting. So hopefully these tacos cash. I think last week we ended up going 1 of 3. So let's head on over to MLB. I do have a couple props for MLB. Let's clear the board. Let's head on over to pitcher strikeouts. Yesterday we did very well on chalkboard and sleeper with our MLB picks. We did a small profit on price picks with MLB. Obviously, Paul Skeens has been a moneymaker for me this season. So pitcher strikeouts, we have plenty of Gabi's options to pick from. So as far as today, definitely taking Jesus Luzardo. 4.5 going to San Francisco. Definitely going to have more than 6 strikeouts in this one. His original line's not bad. I think it's going to push. So one of his Gabi's will do best, 4.5 or 5.5. So I'm going to have Luzardo in that. Max Fried, same thing. Most likely I will pivot to his 4.5 as well. Going against KC. KC doesn't strike out as much. But Max Fried is undefeated. He's 2-0, has a ERA under 2. Been pitching very well for the newly acquisition for the Yankees. So I'll be taking the over. Walker Buehler's tricky, 4.5. Obviously, a couple years ago, he was a strikeout pitcher. But after 2 major surgeries, 4.5 against Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay just put up 16 runs yesterday. 4.5, not sure if I'm going to be taking. Might take the under here. If I'm going to take any under, it's probably going to be this one at 4.5. I think DG has him at 52.6% hit rate to go under. So I will be taking that under. Spencer Schellenbach, definitely taking the over on his 4.5. I think it's good value. I think it's going to get bumped to 5. So definitely taking Spencer against Toronto. Toronto does strike out a lot. Jeffrey Springs. I do like his strikeouts, but I think I'm going to lean towards his pitcher fantasy score. Going against the White Sox, I do have the A's winning money line in this one. Tyler McGill is a solid one. Most likely I will pivot to his 4.5. Minnesota does strike out a lot. McGill is a strikeout pitcher. So I will be taking. The only problem with him, he does have a lot of walks. Let's head on over to pitcher fantasy score. And I do have, I think my top one is Jeffrey Springs. 31.5. And that rounds up my top picks for MLB. Pretty good value today. Obviously, the focus will be on NBA. We only have 2 NBA games, though. So mix and match. Pick your favorite. Please like, subscribe, and comment. Appreciate the support. If you're interested in the Discord, the link is in the description below. All my slips are posted there daily across all platforms. I believe we do have a couple promotions on Underdog, Sleeper, Chalkboard, which I posted a couple slips already, but I will post more throughout the day, including my pairs for the tacos. Other than that, have a great day and see you guys in the next one.